circle of life.
A superstar life and a music feature when you're only 2 days old? Who else can pull that off but Blue Ivy Carter herself? When your parents are both world-renowned superstars who have both been in the business for as long as they have, it's safe to assume that Beyonce and Jay-Z's daughter, Blue Ivy, would be set for life. And she is. I mean, some of the things in her closet cost more than my rent. But I digress. Blue Ivy has been seen in countless social media posts with family and has even had her hand in more than a few professional projects. At only 9 years old, she's built quite the impressive resume, and it only appears to be getting longer with all the work she's been putting in.
We're so proud of you.
Blue Ivy lives a life most of us could only dream of, and I'm sure some of us probably have. As the daughter of 2 of the biggest stars in the music industry altogether, there's definitely perks that come with the territory. From being able to travel anywhere across the world to having closets decked out in Gucci and Dolce & Gabbana, Beyonce and Jay-Z's children are pretty much guaranteed to live the life of luxury for the long haul. The 2 global superstars have worked hard for decades to get to where they are and to have everything they've acquired to pass down to their children. But it didn't come easy. Saying that Beyonce and Jay-Z have an impeccable work ethic would be an understatement. And their hustle of challenging themselves to be better is something that we can all definitely see in Blue Ivy. In 9 years of life, she's accomplished more than a lot of us could dream of accomplishing. So we can see why Jay-Z and Beyonce are such proud parents. And some of it doesn't even have much to do with what she's accomplished, but just how she's carried herself over the years. Yes, she's only 9 years old and shouldn't be expected by the public to do anything more than just be a kid. But we can already see that she's learning her values, speaking her mind, and is developing the work ethic we've seen from her parents. While she attends a prestigious school and has access to many resources that aid in her ability to accomplish so much, having the motivation and drive to execute something isn't something that can just be bought. Not even with her parents' $1.8 billion combined net worth. And that drive, she's put to good use. In March of this year, Blue Ivy won a Grammy Award.
And the Grammy goes to Beyonce, Blue Ivy, and Wizkid.
Yes, a Grammy for Best Music Video for the song Brown Skin Girl. The song was a collaboration with her mother, Queen Bee herself, for the live remake of The Lion King. Winning a Grammy is impressive enough, and Jay-Z and Beyonce would know. They've both got a ton of them. But seeing as how Blue Ivy is the 2nd youngest person to do so in Grammy history, she may have her parents beat on that one. We're sure it fits nicely next to her NAACP, BET, and Soul Train Music Awards because, of course, she's snagged those as well. She's also featured in Jay-Z's song Glory from back in 2012. The song was recorded on January 9th of that year, right around the time she was born. Seeing as how Blue was only 2 days old when Jay-Z made the song, a good chunk of her musical contributions consist of, well, crying. But in typical Jay-Z fashion, he found a meaningful and heartwarming way to incorporate that into the song, and it makes the song so much more impactful. For Beyonce's self-titled album, released nearly 2 years after Blue's birth, she also appeared in the music video for the song Blue, a ballad Beyonce performed flawlessly as she sang about how much she loves her daughter. And yes, you will cry when you watch the video. We all do. She also has her own musical credit for the song Lift Every Voice and Sing, Blue's version, which was recorded for Beyonce's Homecoming live album. Speaking of which, did we mention that Blue also appears in the Homecoming film? The concert film documents Beyonce's preparation and execution of her 2018 Coachella performance and gives an in-depth look at the cultural impact the show had, as well as the hard work and months of preparation that went into the show. Seeing how hard Beyonce worked in that film gives you a pretty good insight into where Blue gets her mini hustle from. And it's not just from her mom. Blue was also featured on Jay-Z's 444 album. In the song Blue's Freestyle / We Family. The song features real recorded footage of a 5-year-old Blue Ivy freestyling in a studio, and it's the cutest thing I've ever heard. Who would have thought that she would have bars at 5 years old? Jay-Z himself was even impressed, explaining how the whole thing came to be.
And then she just started, rapping. Well, she started.
As if all that wasn't enough, Blue can also officially call herself a children's book narrator for her contributions for the book Hair Love. The book, which was later made into a short film, follows the journey of a man doing his daughter's hair for the first time. And one of the characters in the audiobook is voiced by Blue Ivy herself. And believe it or not, the kid's resume doesn't stop there. She's appeared in Beyonce's 2013 autobiographical TV film special, Life is But a Dream, where Beyonce shared a plethora of camera footage and never-before-seen content of her life and her family. And a few years later, she appeared in Beyonce's iconic 2016 visual album, Lemonade. We don't have the time to go over that album in this video, but do you remember how sick that album was? We could never. She was also featured in yet another documentary by her mother entitled Beyonce Presents: Making the Gift. The documentary chronicled the process of creating the music from the live-action version of The Lion King, which Beyonce curated the music for. So it comes as no surprise that Blue was also featured quite a few times in the 2020 visual album Black is King, which serves as a visual companion to the soundtrack for The Lion King. The film also featured the song Brown Skin Girl that granted Blue her Grammy win we mentioned earlier. And though she's featured in a lot of work that her parents have done, she puts herself to work as well. In February of this year, Blue inserted herself in a photo shoot for her mom's fashion line, Ivy Park. While the line is inspired by Blue, it wasn't intended for her to be in the photo shoot, but Blue had other plans. It goes without saying that when it comes to Blue's future endeavors, anything is possible. She's only 9 years old and has already had her hand in so many things. She's modeled fashion. We've already gone through pretty much her entire resume that we know of, and to take it a step further, Beyonce has already gone ahead with trademarking the name Blue Ivy Carter. We swear to you, the woman just doesn't miss a beat. However, Jay-Z and Beyonce have talked about how they're not pushing any of their children to pursue showbiz, or to necessarily follow in their footsteps. The same can't be said for some children of Hollywood stars, so it's refreshing that the iconic couple just wants their kids to focus on being kids for now. In an interview, Jay-Z stated, "Feeling loved is the most important thing a child needs, you know? Not, here's this business that I'm going to hand over to you that I'm creating for you. What if my child doesn't want to be in music or sports? I have no idea, right?" And there's so much respect in that. Children of celebrities like Beyonce and Jay-Z are already under so much pressure from the public, seeing as how so much of their lives can be easily scrutinized by other people. But they've always done an amazing job at keeping their private life private to ensure that their children have a normal childhood. Well, as normal as a childhood as you can have when both of your parents have spent over the last decade winning Grammys. And of course, there's the whole thing with vacationing all over the world and having closets full of designer clothes and being insanely rich. But we'll move on. Jay-Z and Beyonce have worked for years to provide their family with everything they have. So of course, the world is her oyster when it comes to Blue one day choosing what career path she wants to go down. Needless to say, Beyonce and Jay-Z have done a phenomenal job raising Blue Ivy to have the impressive work ethic that she has at such a young age. What do you think Blue Ivy will be up to next? Let us know in the comments below and be sure to subscribe to The Things Celebrity for more videos just like this one.